Okay, before we get into the heavy discussion of what we're building, how and why, I thought I'd address why this is called Casa Peresozo. Shortly after we started on this project, we noticed that there was a three-toed sloth, or Peresozo, living up in the trees in this lot. In fact, one day when we were cutting down one of the neighboring trees, it knocked her down out of her tree, and then she spent the next couple of hours rushing back up to a neighboring tree to get back up into her perch. Then we came back to work after the new year, or in the first week or so, we noticed that she had had a baby. So reporting this to Rick and Barb, I suggested, well, why don't we call this Casa Peresozo for three reasons. A, there's nothing much more tico than a three-toed sloth. B, not many people have a sloth living on their property, so it certainly makes it unique. And C, perezoso in Spanish means slow or retarded, not working hard. Anyways, what more embodies this vacation home than somebody coming to slow down and chill out? Hence, that's how the name Casa Peresozo came about. And from there we move on and discuss what it is exactly that we're building. Okay, today is December the 4th, 2015, and I'm standing in the center of the lot of Rick and Barb McNabb at Escaleras, which is halfway between Dominical and Uvita. And this is their typical ocean view. And beautiful morning here. Rainy season appears to have completely come to a halt. Now we've been working here this week. We just started the project, and our first mission was, you can see, we created a perimeter because we're putting in a chain link fence all around this property. First of all, to secure it, because we're on a busy public road just wide open for thievery of materials and tools. So we're securing the construction site, and then later this was going to be a smart fence security system that will alert anybody entering the property. You can just sort of see around the perimeter all of the fencing material. All the posts have been cemented in place, and there the rails are sitting there ready to be welded. Up at the top corner of the property you see a 10,000 liter water reserve tank up there, because we are advised that the water system does go down on a regular basis here. That's the top corner, and then there's the tree I was talking about, and we're just about to bring the backhoe in on Monday morning to start cleaning up the front of the lot. They left this mess here after cutting the wood how many years ago. And there, see the guys are. There's the last of our tube, and our wire is being distributed around. Now, to get an idea, this house, or houses, because of a little hard on video to get an idea of slope of land, but right through the center of this lot, you see down at the bottom of there is a little stream or drainage area that goes from up on the public road and cuts right through the property. So there's what we were dealing with to basically design something that would fit around this slope and this particular without doing much change of the natural geography and massive excavation work. Now, the topographer came in and laid out all of our corner posts. Now, you see these 4 posts right here. This is one of the bedrooms over there. So we basically have 5 buildings on one lot, which is the only way to accomplish this on a heavily sloped lot without doing major excavation and retaining walls and whatnot. Down there we see the tree level knocked down. That is highest stake. There's the center of the swimming pool at that level. Now, these 4 stakes here mark out actually the master bedroom. And then there's a 3rd bedroom that's going up on this hillside, not actually where the stakes are right now. We're going to move that up somewhat more because reality turned out to be somewhat different than the elevations. Now what I'm standing on is the main body of the home. There's one corner down there, there's another corner down there. Right beside me here is this another corner post, and this is the entry to the house here, and another corner post down in the gully there. So we're going to have some significant posts, to put it mild, the columns to hold up this home, because basically there's ground zero. We're going to actually have to cut this down some to get our elevations to work properly. Now, walking up here, this is the carport. Because we're actually going to be dropping in from the street, because this whole hill has got to go. It simply just does not work. So we're going to be dropping off of, you see the front of our van over there, and you see the stake on the right side, as well as left of it. That is our drive, what's going to be our driveway entrance. So you can come in on a gentle Y. We're going to be dropping about 1 meter from the street there, and then coming in and ending up over here. These stakes signify the front line of the carport, and it's basically going to be going down to this level, and this is all built around this rather large tree to accommodate that. And as you may be able to tell in the video, we have quite a drop here, so this is going to be an elevated structural slab to hold up the carport for several reasons. There's not a lot of flat space here for parking. This gully sure has no particular value, so that way we're going to put the carport over top of it, and part of it that just disappears. But at any rate, this is basically going to be very much similar to your living level of the house right here as I stand. And we just have sunset creeping in on us here, because it's just about 5 p.m. there. But that gives a bit of an idea. I mean, this is definitely a challenge and not a simple build. Certainly made a little more complicated by inaccurate topography that gave us elevations that turned out to be slightly erroneous, some of them out by 2 to 3 meters in fact. So it's requiring, because all of these have to fit together along with the appropriate roofs and everything to connect together. So it's not an easy build, but it's certainly very doable. But as I said, the old mission was to avoid major destruction to the lot and changing much of the natural environment, and then turning this, as you can see, rock garden into a killer garden when the house is all complete. Anyways, that gives you an idea of where we're starting from and where we're trying to head to. Okay, here's walking into what is now, this is being cut down to what will be the driveway. Here's all our stone waiting to go into the septic channels next week. And over here, this little hole did not exist on our topo plan, unfortunately, but we found out that our carport was basically going down into a hole, so this has been modified, and we dug a hole to put a floor and a bodega down there to double as support for the carport. This right where I'm standing will be the entrance to the house, and that stake is the front line of the house. Going down to that corner over there, there'll be a little bit of a column holding up that corner, and now instead of the rocks and everything and organic and all the grass and everything, so now you can see that's the footprint over there of one of the bedrooms where the power plant is sitting there. That is basically swimming pool, just getting our rocks out of the way, so we've got relatively easy places to build on. And this down here, of course, is the seasonal little creek that the drainage that comes down from up on top of the mountain there. It goes up another 100 or so meters, but anyways, this will be changing into two little, dammed up with two little lakes. And over there you can see that's where we got to with the rails on the fence. And of course the backhoe is just working here. Now this is actually the master bedroom back here. These are our 1, 2, 3, front of the backhoe there, and down, and actually in the ravine is the corner of the master bedroom. So the babbling brook, when it is babbling, will actually be running under the house. So we're going to put a dam right there to make one of the little lakes, and it will also be the support for the house on top of that. Anyways, our chain link has got to this corner of the building, so